welcome to your first reading of the year. Welcome to 2017. This is the January Tarot reading for you guys. King of the Wild, Leo the Lion. We are using this deck that you see in front of you, the Morgan Greer deck, 4 cards, one for each week, and then an overall energy card. And at the end we will have a higher vibrational energy card as well. Now, this is the first reading of the year, in a year number 1. It is also the year of the Fire Rooster. The Fire Rooster is punctual, hard-working, honest and courageous. Those are the types of energies he puts out. So let's do a little bit of shuffling for you. Let's see what the shuffling brings up. So wherever you are around the world, remember that because this is a year 1, this sets the intention and directions for the next 9 years ahead. It's very pertinent now to be making some really worthwhile intentions. You know, actually write them down on a piece of paper or diarise them and journal them, so that they give you sort of a foothold and a direction for the future going forward. Your first card is the 6 of Swords, your second one is the 5 of Pentacles, your third one is Strength, your fourth one is the 6 of Cups, and your fifth one is the Page of Rods. Lots of mix of colours and energies going on there. You've got the one major arcana, which is a beautiful one to have, that strength feeling. That we will talk about a little bit later, but I can imbue it with that beautiful yellow tiger's eye or cat's eye stone there. Let's start your reading on the far left with the 6 of Swords. We see these two here in a boat travelling across water. This card often suggests travel, and it often suggests going across water, so that you may find yourself either on a holiday type energy, or it could be to do with business or plans for your future. You usually aren't travelling alone. You quite often have another person with you, and it quite often is a family member, so maybe like a partner or a sibling or a very close friend. Now, often the card can be more of a metaphysical level as well. It can be suggesting that you are travelling out of what would have been perhaps energies that were a little bit more tense and negative into calmer, smoother waters. So the card is usually signified as being a positive omen card when it turns up in the reading for 2 reasons. 1, it's a travel card, and number 2, it's taking you into calmer, smoother waters. So if any of you have had any kind of argy-bargy tensions or a bit of negativity going on, this should begin to alleviate and smooth itself out. Sometimes the direction that you are heading, you are leaving something behind. So you might feel there were some relationships that you were dropping off because they were not going very well. They could be friends or romantic relationships, or they could even be co-workers. Perhaps you are contemplating changing jobs, or maybe even the fact that if there was, say, trouble at work, you might have found that the people who were causing you grief have been transferred to another department or have suddenly up and left. So it can be any of those types of feelings of relief that you're moving into this calmer, more positive flow of energy. We come to the second card, which kind of resonates the second week in the month. I don't necessarily categorically hold that each card sits specifically for a week. All energies are transferable and transmutable, so they will cross over each other as well. But for the purpose of the reading, we say that this is roughly the second week. We see there the 5 of Pentacles, and it's a bit of a, grisly looking card. There's 2 people there again, so I think the number 2 for you and 2 people is going to be relevant in your reading. We have 2 people here, we have 2 here, and we have 2 here. So I think it's something about close relationships for you guys, or people who are special in your life. You're going to be either spending time with or thinking about, or they are forming some sort of energetic vibration within this network of two people. But coming back to this card, the Five of Pentacles often suggests to us that it's a time of a little bit of feeling down and out. Now, sometimes this can be even implicated around finances. So what we tend to see with this card when we're talking financial is that we can sometimes be left a bit short of money. So for some reason, say you own your own business, perhaps your debtors aren't paying on time, or they've rung up and said, oh, we've got a tough month, we can only pay a quarter of our bill this month. If you're employed, perhaps you might have your hours cut slightly, or some of you might even find yourself having left a job and not being re-employed immediately and still looking for an increase in funds. It tends to be a temporary glitch, but at the time you can sort of feel a little bit tense about it. The other thing that I really feel with this card is that it often leads or shows us physical ailments such as the flu or sore throats and colds. This guy here has a bandage on around his head and his arm. He looks as though he's taken a fall. So I think to people, when this card does show up, be a little bit loving towards yourself and nurturing and careful. You guys in the northern hemisphere, it's your winter up there, so you know you will be in that peak season of getting flus, coughs and colds and viruses and things that affect your throat in particular. So if you get these, take care of yourself, do all the logical things, go to bed, stay warm, drink hot lemon drinks and take the anti-inflammatory things that relieve pain and sore throats and aches and bones and sore bones. So anyhow, let's move into this one. After feeling like that, you come into regaining your strength. Now that's empowering. She holds herself, how wonderful, how synchronistic with the beautiful lion there. She holds herself with this lion seemingly astride her on her lap, and she's petting him and completely controlling him. And it's not from physical strength, it's from the power of emotional strength. Now, of course, Leo, you're one of the strongest signs in the zodiac. You do have amazing, powerful strength and inner strength. Not that much phases you and not that much stops you. So you are going to pull on that in this time frame of January, and you're going to strengthen yourself even more. The colour yellow is extremely tied in and linked into that. It's the solar plexus area of the body, which is kind of across this zone through here. When that is strong, when it is physically strong, it is also what strengthens what is called our gut feeling, and that's our intuitive connection to life as well. So by strengthening physically your abdominal area with things like sit-ups or crunchies or walking or planking, you increase your emotional and spiritual and metaphysical strength at the same time. So it's like a double whammy. In the chakra system, it is the yellow coloured chakra, hence the reason why there is all this yellow in the card, and also for the stone sitting in the background. You can strengthen that chakra area from the metaphysical perspectives by eating yellow foods, wearing the colour yellow, and meditating with yellow. And that will help to get that area of you flowing. When you're in tune with your gut instincts, you are much more connected to your higher self and the direction that it's asking you to go in, so you feel that intuitive connection. So it's a wonderfully powerful card to have, and it's a great card to have for this first month of the year to help set your intentions. We come to this fourth week and we see the Six of Cups. This is a beautiful card as well. It's a very tender card of nurturing love, and it often harks back to our childhood feelings or memories. So some of you could be attending functions where you re-meet with people from the past, such as family members, distant cousins, relatives you haven't seen for a long time. This could be because you perhaps have gone on holiday and caught up with them, or you've attended large family gatherings. where you reconnect with them. It's also a time where there's possibly school reunions or happy occasion events, possibly weddings or parties or celebratory feelings along those lines as well. The other perspective the card often hints at is going back in the past to connect with these happy thoughts and feelings, and sometimes it can be a past lover coming back into your life and you can actually reconnect with them. And sometimes these turn out to be going back with this person and you could go and end up together for a long time again. Now that will happen for some of you, there's that possibility out there. So the card kind of has quite a few meanings, but generally it is well thought of as a positive love energy card. We come down here to your overall energy, and you have the Page of Rods. Now he's looking kind of out. He doesn't feel fully engaged with the month. So there's something about this month for you guys that is almost planning or setting an agenda for as you move through the next couple of months, most likely. So you've got thoughts on your mind about setting projections ahead in time for whatever reason. It could be to do with career, finances, your own inner strength and love. It could be all of those things because your whole reading encompasses all of that. The Page of Rods is about new beginnings, new creativity, fire energy. That's your own energy again, so it's like stirring that fire up. And it says to you, yeah, we're going to instigate something and we're going to create something for us to move forward with passion, flair, design, attention to this and fanfare, and off we go. So he creates conflagration, like a nice feeling of get in there and do it type energy. It could also be someone young in your life that is around for the month that you either engage with or meet or spend time with or support one way or another. So that could be a child or a sibling or a close friend or a work colleague. So there you are, Leo. You've got some nice bits and pieces going on there. You've got it's a flow of up and down and constant movement, I think, for the month of January. Overall, a good way to start the year. Let's see what your last card will be. And because I think of you guys as sort of in the 7th month, we will take from the 7th card down. So I'll just give them a shuffle and we'll see what's in store for you. Just to finish off your first reading of the year. Desires. Yeah, it's nice. We're still in the orange chakra zone, so we're still down in the lower half of the body down here in the sort of the sacral area. So what I will do is zoom in a little bit for you guys. Pull that card in a little bit closer. And I will read the words from the book. The card is Desires, coming to you from the sacral chakra. Goals, passion, craving and fulfillment. From the depths of a crystal spring, a beautiful water spirit beckons. Her silent, open-armed invitation calls us to journey past the surface, to go beyond the known into the mystery within. Goldfish encircle her with a promise of good fortune for those who are willing to move past the surface currents of wants and fears in order to swim amidst the depths of their soul's true desires. And here's the message. The small desires and simple pleasures in life can be satisfying on some levels, but this card is about accessing your deepest desire, the core inspiration of your spirit, why you are truly here. Your soul is urging you to journey to the center of your being and answer its call. Sometimes our deep desires are those we have carried with us since childhood in different forms. Sometimes they are discovered along the way. Have you always wanted to be an artist or a teacher, to build your own home or become a monk or travel the world or open a B&B or be a musician? What makes you passionate in life? What makes you excited? What makes you laugh? Think of a time when you were truly happy, content or excited and inspired to live more fully. What elements came together to fulfill your soul's desire then at that point in time? The truth is, we almost always get what we ask for. We just don't always ask for what we truly deeply want. It is time to find what really makes you happy and joyous. Not just what others expect of you or what you have been conditioned to think will fulfill you, but what you really truly want. Look at what is currently in your life. See this as an expression of what you have asked for in the past. Is it making you happy, or is it just feeding superficial gratification? It's time to walk in the direction of your true desire. If you could be, do, or create anything in this lifetime, what would it be? You don't have to see the whole pathway, just take the first step in faith and the next will reveal itself. Absolutely anything is achievable if you put your heart as the driving force. So guys, I think that's quite a synchronistic message for you, and it's a potent one, and it reiterates what I said at the beginning about the fact that this year is very important to set this intention right now for the next 9 years coming. You know, we have a chap here in New Zealand, his name is Joseph Parker, and he's a heavyweight boxer, and he's about to contend for the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship. It would have appeared to have been a long shot. He's a young lad, he's really only 21, but last night on the television his mother said when he was just a boy in school, when he was 11 years old, he wrote down his intention, and one of them was to become or to fight for the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship, and he was 11 at the time. So he set his intention way back then, and he's worked and worked and worked to get to it. All these years later, at 21, he is fulfilling his dream and his desire. So that's just a little analogy for you about how powerful it can be to set the intention. And it may be a long trip before you get to the end of it, but by setting it, you start the journey. So there you are, Leo. Thank you all for joining me. It's a privilege and an honour to have you on board and to be able to do these readings for you. I love it when you leave your comments and when you sub and like. Have a wonderful January. Be safe, be happy, share the love, and thank you all again. Much love, everyone. Namaste.